Welcome to Civil Services Achievers Point. We are discussing today the Assam Tribune of 21st September 2020. At Civil Services Achievers Point, we have various courses. To join these courses, you can call at the number given below. You can also follow us on the social media platforms. This Assam Tribune analysis is based on the new pattern of APSC. However, it is also useful for UPSC and other state level government examinations. These are the answers to the last class MCQs we have provided. You can pause the slide here. You can pause the video here and check out the answers. These are the MCQs of 21 September 2020. You can pause the video here and you can attempt the answers to these questions in the comment section below. These are the important newspaper articles we are discussing today of the Assam Tribune and the important editorials. So students, let us begin with the important newspaper articles of today's Assam Tribune paper. So the first important newspaper article is that central government wants the clause 6 report to be examined by legal experts. So this is a recent development which we will track, which we will follow. This topic we are studying under the General Studies 2 paper, topic under polity. This topic can also be studied under the General Studies 5 paper or General Studies on Assam paper, topic polity. The central government has asked the Assam government to have the clause 6 committee's report examined by a constitutional experts, even as it is conveyed its decision to support the state government in the Supreme Court. So the central government has asked the state government to have the clause 6 committee's report examined by an expert team of lawyers and constitutional experts, and the central government has conveyed its decision to support the state government in the Supreme Court, calling for partial re-verification of the National Register of Citizens or NRC data. This was decided at a meeting at the Union Home Minister residence, and it sought to tackle all the pending issues troubling the government of Assam. And in the meeting, the Chief Minister of Assam, the State Minister and Northeast Democratic Alliance NEDA convener Himanta Biswa Sharma, Union Home Secretary Ajay Kumar Bhalla, Joint Secretary Northeast Satyendra Garg, and the Assam Chief Secretary Kumar Sanjay Krishna were also present. The meeting discussed the future course of action on the implementation of the clause 6 report, and also it discussed the granting of the scheduled tribe status to 6 communities and implementation of the Boro Accord and the NRC issue. So these were the issues which were discussed in the meeting: the implementation of the clause 6 report, granting of scheduled tribe status to 6 communities, implementation of the Boro Accord and the NRC issue. Further, there was a discussion on clause 6 of the Assam Accord, and as this report has contents that may require legal amendments of the union, the Union Home Minister has instructed the Chief Minister that the state government should have the report examined by legal experts. So before taking any action, the report submitted by the committee should be reviewed by a team of legal experts, and they will determine and advise if there is any need for amendments. The granting of the scheduled tribe status to the 6 communities are pending, and the amendment bill is the Constitution Scheduled Tribes Order Amendment Bill 2019 for the inclusion of the 6 communities of Assam in the scheduled tribe list is pending in the parliament. Now the 6 communities are Tayahom, Kosasbangsi, Moran, Motok, Sutia, and the Adivasi or T tribes. Now coming to the important topic which is making the headlines frequently in recent times is the government, the Rajya Sabha passes 2 farm bills amid the ruckus which was created, and this topic we are studying under the General Studies 2 paper topic polity. So the Rajya Sabha has passed 2 key farm bills amid a bedlam as opposition members charged towards the podium of the presiding officer, and they tried to tear the rule book at him, and then they created a ruckus in the assembly. The upper house, that is the Rajya Sabha, passed by voice vote the Farmers Produce Trade and Commerce, that is Promotion and Facilitation Bill 2020, and the Farmers Empowerment and Protection Agreement of Price Assurance and Farm Services Bill 2020. The bills have already been passed by the Lok Sabha, and now since it is also passed by the Rajya Sabha, it will go to the President for his assent before they are notified as laws. There was primarily opposition to the bills because it was noted by the opposition parties that it will hamper the farmers' interest, and also it will be an anti-farmer bill. Some section of the farmers and some section of the opposition parties had queries regarding the removal of the MSP. So answering to this query, the minister for Agriculture, Narendra Singh Tomar, said that minimum support price or MSP based procurement of agriculture crops from farmers will continue and is not related to farm bills that seek to give cultivators freedom from market their produce. So the new bills gives the farmers the freedom, or the cultivators the freedom to better marketing of their produce. Now coming to the next important newspaper article, call to revamp bus network in Northeast. Now this topic we are studying under the General Studies of Assam paper, Economic Development. So the BJP Rajya Sabha MP Kamakhya Prasad Tasa highlighted the urgent need to revamp the bus network transportation system in the Northeast. He said that a bus is the primary mode of transportation in the Northeast, and it requires proper network between Assam and Nagaland, Meghalaya, Manipur, Mizoram, and Arunachal Pradesh. Because he further says that traditionally these states were one state only after independence. So he says that I propose for 100 modern buses for these states, as it would not only develop the economy, it would also bridge the communication gap in these states which were once together after the independence of India. So the states he mentioned, apart from Manipur, Assam, Nagaland, Meghalaya, Mizoram, and Arunachal Pradesh, except Manipur, the remaining were once one single state, and it was the balkanization of Assam that happened post-independence, which has weakened the economy and the strength of Assam to a significant number. The Ministry of Road Transport may grant permission, and the Ministry of Donor or Northeast Council NEC should provide the buses with due permission from the state governments. The bus service is urgent as the railway communication is impossible, or it would take long time for laying railway tracks due to difficult terrains in the Northeast states. Now coming to the next important topic, which is making news for nearly quite some time, is that 21 states accept rupees 97,000 crore borrowing proposal to meet GST shortfall. Now this topic we are studying under the General Studies 3 paper, Economic Development. So the background is that as many as 21 states have opted to borrow rupees 97,000 crore to meet the GST revenue shortfall in the current fiscal year. The states and the union territories which have intimated their decision to the center are given here. So these are the states which have agreed. Finance Ministry sources said Jharkhand, Kerala, Maharashtra, Punjab, Delhi, Rajasthan, Tamil Nadu, Telangana and West Bengal are yet to respond to the GST Council proposal to decide their options. So as we know, the states which do not submit their borrowing options before the due GST Council meet on October 5, 2020 will have to wait till June 2022 to get their compensation dues, subject to the condition that the GST Council extends the cess collection period beyond 2022. So in the current fiscal, the states are staring at a staggering rupees 2.3 lakh crore goods and services, that is GST revenue shortfall. So of these, as per the center's calculation, shortfall of about rupees 97,000 crore is on account of GST implementation, and rest rupees 1.38 lakh crore is due to the impact of COVID-19 on states revenue. So the total 97,000 crore are out of the total 97,000 crore is account of the GST implementation, and 1.38 lakh crore is due to the impact of COVID-19 on states revenue. So we know that the central government last month gave two options to the states to borrow, either rupees 97,000 crore from a special window facilitated by the RBI, or rupees 2.35 lakh crore from market, and has also proposed extending the compensation cess levied on the luxury, demerit and sin goods beyond 2022 to repay the borrowing. So such was the condition. So while the states want center to borrow to meet the shortfall, the center has urged that the revenue accruing from GST compensation cess goes to the states, and the center cannot borrow on the security of the tax as it does not own. So under the current GST structure, taxes are levied under 5, 12, 18 and 28% slabs. So the tax slabs are 5, 12, 18 and 28. On top of the highest tax slab, a cess is levied on luxury, sin and demerit goods, and the proceeds from the same are used to compensate states for any revenue loss. So now coming to the next important newspaper article, COVID-19 promotes opportunity to boost ties as per a report. This is regarding the India-Japan cooperation. So this topic we are studying under the General Studies 2 paper, topic International Relations. So the background is that the COVID-19 pandemic has provided a unique opportunity to both India and Japan to further strengthen economic ties by enhancing cooperation in areas like software development, modern technology, infrastructure and manufacturing. The report, which was prepared by the Shardul Amarchand Mangaldas and Fikki, also said that Japan has always treated India as a preferred partner in terms of economics, trade and commerce. So the report has said that the COVID-19 pandemic has provided a great opportunity for the two nations and its businesses to join hands and forge a new alliance in terms of harvesting the fruits of demographic dividend that India provides and push India towards becoming a major global manufacturing hub amidst the changing economic atmosphere. So the technology of the Japan and the manufacturing hub of India provides a major push for Indian manufacturing units. The Japanese business community is upbeat about its investments and ventures in India. It said, adding that Japan continues to be the fourth largest investor in India. The policy reforms that India are required in India to bring greater synergies and reap the benefits of the de-risking activities being undertaken by Japanese companies to move their supply chains out of China to countries like India, Vietnam, Thailand, Indonesia, Malaysia, and Myanmar. So, as we know, since the pandemic has broken out, coronavirus pandemic has broken out, many manufacturing units wants to pull out from the China, and they are looking for alternate countries. Further, it is said that Indian economy holds the potential to bounce back quickly on the back of a number of fiscal and economic measures undertaken by the government, such as a reduction in corporate tax rates, further reforms in the GST regime, revamping labor laws, taking measures to ensure ease of doing business to attract foreign investment, etc. Further, it is said that the technological and economic power of Japan, coupled with India's strengths in manufacturing, skilled workforce, and its large domestic market, will further strengthen the relationship between India and Japan. So coming to the next important newspaper article, crucial hearing at the NCLT today regarding the state paper mills. This topic we are studying under the General Studies paper on Assam, topic economic development. So a day ahead of a crucial hearing at the National Company Law Tribunal, NCLT, it has emerged that the liquidator has rejected a revival scheme for the two Assam-based paper mills of the Hindustan Paper Corporation Limited, submitted by a local firm. The local firm has submitted a rupees 800 crore revival scheme for the mills. Also, the scheme is without the stipulated bank guarantee of rupees 55 crore, and the scheme does not secure the payment of workers and employee dues at all. The liquidator noted, adding that the scheme does not contain any assurance of support from the central government to meet the liabilities of workers and employees. So the case of the paper mills is in the NCLT for 2.5 years, and no breakthrough has been achieved on their revival so far, as no reputed and financially sound corporate house from India or abroad has shown any interest nor submitted any revival package bid to NCLT during the period when the tribunal was trying to dispose of the paper mills. So now coming to the important advertisements, government schemes, and the Apne Desh Ko Jano initiative of the Assam Tribune. So here it is mentioned that the longest railway station is Venkata Narasimha Raju Baripeta. So students, please try to remember this trivial fact, because APSC may ask this in upcoming prelims exam. So this railway station is also known as Venkata Narasimha Raju Baripet. The station is situated in Chittoor district of Andhra Pradesh, bordering Tamil Nadu. Now coming to the important newspaper, the important government of Assam initiative and schemes. Swami Vivekananda Youth Empowerment Yojana, an endeavor to strengthen local industries and rural economy. So what are the eligibility criteria? You should study these points and try to remember this for the upcoming exam, because APSC may give the name of the scheme and try to ask to match the following. Now the next initiative, Assam Agribusiness and Rural Transformation Project, apart from under the Agriculture and Infrastructure Fund, AIF. So there are certain criteria like eligible projects, who can apply, apart self-facilitate, what will facilitate, so under which society it comes under. So these facts students should try to remember, because APSC will definitely check them in the upcoming exam. Now we will discuss the important editorials. Now we are discussing the important editorials of today's Assam Tribune paper. The first editorial is the farm bills. Now this we are studying under the General Studies 3 paper, topic economic development and subtopic agriculture. This is very important. The government had announced the establishment of an agricultural infrastructure fund, which will enable the setting up of cold stores and chains, warehousing, assaying, grading and packaging units, e-marketing points linked to e-trading platforms and ripening chambers. So these are some of the measures taken by government to mitigate problems associated with the agriculture sector, and this will ensure that farmers get greater value of their produce, as they will be able to store and sell at better prices, reduce wastage, increase processing and value addition. So as a follow-up measure, the government has introduced the 3 bills, namely the Farmers Produce Trade and Commerce Promotion and Facilitation Bill 2020, the Farmers Empowerment and Protection Agreement on Price Assurance and Farm Services Bill 2020, and the Essential Commodities Amendment Bill 2020. The government claims that these bills seek to bring out far-reaching reforms by enabling farmers to trade their produce outside the markets or mandis notified under the various state agricultural produce market laws. So the bills allow farmers to enter into contracts with agribusinesses firms to sell their produce to such farms, processors, wholesalers, exporters or large retailers at a pre-agreed price, while shifting the burden of risk and unpredictability from small and marginal farmers to the agribusinesses. The bills are designed to assist the farming community to get better prices for their produce, modernize the sector, reduce marketing and transportation costs, and provide farmers with alternative sales avenue. However, it has received opposition by the various state governments and opposition parties. Also, the loss of mandi fees by the states, as also dilution of the arhatiyas or commission agents system currently prevalent in states like Punjab and Haryana. So it is receiving stiff opposition in those states. The entry of the suave cash-rich corporates might lead to the exploitation of mostly uneducated farmers, and that private companies might stockpile agricultural commodities, giving them the leverage to dictate the price terms to farmers are issues of concern. So the government must try to genuinely remove the concerns and incorporate additional features in the bills to prevent the exploitation of farmers and help them in securing better incomes. So with this, friends, we come to an end to today's Assam Tribune analysis. I hope this class was very helpful. Thank you for watching the video. Thank you.